Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible. Get a free audiobook download and a 30-day free trial at audibletrial.com/InGeneral. Over 180,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player.
Welcome to the InGeneral podcast, episode 67. I'm Jack and I'm joined with my favorite dudes, Chris and Assis. How you doing, guys?
Doing great.
I am fantastic.
He's fantastic.
Yeah.
He's got a beer in hand. He's in Canada. It's snowing.
Oh yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Classic Canadian lifestyle. I love it.
Yeah, 3 PM and you're
Oh my god, dropping that. I'm gonna keep that out later.
Dude, you are
That
at
out,
it.
Assis. Edit it
You
out.
are at it.
Listen, I'm allowed
loves
to.
it,
My
man.
degree's done in like 2 days. I'm allowed this.
To be fair, he's a uni student.
Ah.
It's all about some form of drugs, alcohol.
Don't do drugs, kids.
Take whatever you want. You're at uni. You can do whatever you want, man.
This is
Is
true.
that, is that how is that how it works? Yeah? Yeah?
That's how it works, man. You should go to university.
That's how it is.
It's not about the education.
It's about the people you meet and
all
like,
those
the
listeners
parties,
out there.
bro.
It's not about education, man.
Nah, it's about the
It's
parties.
about alcohol.
Ain't that the truth?
I got it.
So let's talk about the Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom trailer. And I'm going to say, before we get deep into this, let's tease people. Assis, give me one line. What did you think of the trailer?
I haven't seen it.
All right. Chris, have you seen the Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom teaser trailer?
What's Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom?
Boom, Jack. Have you seen it? I think we're so far two for us.
Compies.
Which trailer are we talking about? I saw the Annihilation trailer. That was good.
I have not
You know
seen
what?
that. So okay, so we're gonna
I
talk
think-
about the Last Jedi instead on the InGeneral podcast,
I think-
the Jurassic Park podcast.
I think
Last Jedi was good,
Annihilation.
man.
I think Annihilation looks good. I didn't really like the newest trailer. I like the first one more.
I've not seen any
Yeah,
of the
the new
trailers yet.
the
Alex
new
Garland
trailer
looks
makes it look
like
like a horror.
But
The thing
not
is,
gonna-
if you read the books, you kind of like, yeah, how do you translate that to film? It's
I
a
haven't
strange one.
I haven't read the books. I'll check them
Neither
out
have I.
after I see them.
Read them
movie.
before you watch the movie.
No,
man.
because
no.
always the other way around. Because movies never live up to books. So watch the movie first, enjoy it, and then
Hey,
read the book.
I know a movie that lived up to the book.
Definitely not Jurassic Park, but Harry
A
Potter.
little thing called
Welcome to InGeneral
Jurassic
podcast,
Park.
the first official Harry Potter podcast.
Welcome to
Yep.
Hogsmeade Outpost.
Sure, whatever that means.
We've also
Here to
got
talk about
Endor
dinosaurs.
Outpost and Hawkins
Yeah,
Outpost.
We have so many outposts. It's not true. You guys just have to find them.
Jurassic House.
We're busy people. We run so many outposts. But anyway, let's talk about this trailer. So we've all seen it. Assis, give me a line.
I don't like it.
All right. Chris, give me a line.
I like the shot of the compy amongst the toys.
All right.
It was cool.
It's a good shot.
Yeah, it's a really cool shot. I don't know.
Okay.
Jack, yourself?
I think it's a bad trailer for a potentially very good movie.
Yes. Okay, you said what I wanted to say,
Ooh,
but I just
interesting,
didn't want to
okay.
start out bad.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I said it first, Chris, all right? So,
Hey, you know what, Jack? You know what?
look, if you want, just ask me. You can borrow my thoughts.
Listen.
Beautiful.
Okay, let me ask you a question, boys. Why do you think this movie is going to be a potentially good movie? Because I think it's the opposite, in fact. I think it's going to be a very bad movie.
Bayona.
Okay,
Yeah.
let me counter that with Colin Trevorrow, Derek Connolly writing it.
I mean, okay.
I got nothing.
It's funny because in the lead up to Fallen Kingdom, they have said all of the right things. I mean, even
Chris,
when
they said all the
even,
right
even
things
when
from
Colin,
Jurassic World.
no, not so much because
No, Colin's a great talker. He's a fantastic guy. But I think his writing just doesn't live up to it, and his direction,
Well,
I don't trust it.
I don't know. Okay, so here's the thing. I can't judge Fallen Kingdom yet because I haven't seen it. I can judge what I've seen
true.
from it.
Sure.
And the Fallen Kingdom trailer feels like a celebration of all the worst elements of Jurassic World. And it's so weird because it goes against like everything that they've told us about Fallen Kingdom in the lead up to it. I have an article right now about how much mixed messaging there is between what Colin and JA have said about
Yes.
Fallen Kingdom and then the first trailer that came out, because they said one thing and then marketing showed us literally the polar opposite of it.
But Chris, it's not just marketing. Like like my prime example of what's wrong with this movie, or what's gonna be wrong with this movie, aside from the fact that it's just the Lost World again and Jurassic World again, like in like one movie. My biggest issue is look at the baryonyx scene. We have like two characters literally face to face with like a scary dinosaur, and look what Franklin does. Is that good direction? And
Okay,
writing?
so if we're talking specifics in the trailer, that bit made me cringe, or at least that bit in the behind the scenes when he does that stupid high pitched scream, and Bryce looks at him like, ha ha ha, like what is that,
That's
man?
classic
That is
Jurassic
not
World,
Jurassic,
please.
and that has to go.
That has
like that
no
has
place
to
in
go.
a Jurassic Park movie. Let me be.
That's my point. Like that's
honestly,
what I'm worried about.
That didn't bother me as much as the dinosaurs acting like set pieces in the Stampede. Like, they're not behaving like animals. They're plowing through logs for no reason. A Carnotaurus is hunting our heroes during a volcanic eruption that literally, I mean, you see explosions behind it. And then not only is then the Carnotaurus hunting, suddenly the T-Rex decides, oh, that looks like a good meal. Let me go eat that Carnotaurus, and then I'll worry about running away from the death that's behind me. That's not the way animals behave, and that is like the pteranodons in Jurassic World making a beeline to Main Street, like times 1,000. I mean, they're acting like big, dumb monsters, and they're acting like set pieces rather than animals. And
well, we have to remember what Colin
there,
tweeted the other day, like on Twitter. He's like one person's like, why is the Carnotaurus attacking someone? There's a volcano behind them. He's like, maybe because it's always hungry.
Oh no,
the
it's the T-Rex.
Hungry.
Yeah,
Either way,
yeah.
like.
I agree that's not a good.
What are you talking about?
That is a core misunderstanding of what made the
my
Jurassic
God.
Park movies. That's an absolutely core misunderstanding of what made the Jurassic Park movies so successful. Is their depiction of dinosaurs. I mean, you can say what you want about the way that they visually looked in terms of accuracy, but the Jurassic Park movies went out of their way to try to depict the dinosaurs as animals. I mean, not as like mindless monsters. They actually try to make them look like and behave like animals. And Jurassic World movies have taken a very core kind of left turn from that. I think that they've just kind of steered it in another direction. And it's funny because the Jurassic World animals, they want you to empathize. The Jurassic World movies, they want you to empathize with the dinosaurs. You know, we have the trained raptors and hugging the baby dinosaurs and saving the dinosaurs. But the problem is the dinosaurs no longer feel like they're mixed. They no longer feel like they're part of our actual natural world in the Jurassic World movies. And I think it's unfair to judge Fallen Kingdom from just those tiny little moments in the trailer. But I guarantee you I'm going to leave, even if I'm like, oh man, that Carnotaurus versus T-Rex scene was cool, it's going to bug me. I mean, even in the trailer, I was like, wow, that looked cool. That was stupid as shit. It looked cool. God, this bothers me, but it did look cool.
And the visual effects on the Carnotaurus was incredible.
Yes.
But the visual effects... Yeah, but the visual effects on the Rex looked like Jurassic World Evolution.
Well, I think it's unfair to judge the Rex entirely by its... I think the visual effects are probably fine. The problem is as soon as you cut to that wide shot, there's so much more VFX in the shot going on. I mean, literally the mountain is exploding. The fires, the colors, the gyrosphere and Owen and them are just inexplicably close to the T-Rex as this all goes down. And they're not, like, running. You know, like...
How strange is it, as well, that they kind of spoiled that moment in the trailer,
my
the kind
God.
of iconic T-Rex moment. I was kind of like, that's best saved for the movie, surely.
Yeah, exactly.
Because obviously there's more of a run-up to that scene, and it's kind of like, here's the climax of the scene.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. They should never... They could have done the Carnotaurus tease. Right when the Carnotaurus was about, like, right before the T-Rex comes in, the trailer should cut to black, just the way the trailer does, and then you hear Malcolm... life cannot be contained, you know, or whatever. Yeah. And then we just see the rest of the Stampede. But no, the Stampede really bothers me. Just because the way the animals are behaving, the way that they're grouping, it doesn't quite make sense to me.
I agree. I mean, okay, so let's talk about the trailer from the beginning. So my sort of... Obviously, when people like us watch these trailers, the first thing we get is excitement, right? But when it opens, I love the music, I love the sort of record, I love the almost throwback to... I love the almost throwback to Jurassic Park 3. You know, the bar scene with the bigger head, no cattle, that song. You know, it would have been awesome if it was that song as well.
Oh my God.
But my main issue with that is that they open assuming that I give a shit about Chris and about Owen and Claire.
And see, and that's the thing.
And I don't.
And that's the thing.
I just don't
Fallen
because
Kingdom,
it wasn't well established in Jurassic World. It made me kind of dislike Claire anyway as a character. And they open on like, so are you in a relationship? And it's like, that's not what the movie is about, man. Like,
Classic
that's not
Colin
what it
dialogue.
should be about.
Classic.
So what are you with a lumberjack now? I don't care.
You love a
Get
dummy.
to the fucking island, like.
ventriloquist. No,
Yeah.
I totally agree. No, it's maybe in the greater context of the movie, that dialogue will feel a little bit more natural. But like,
Understandable, yeah, for sure.
and maybe through the context of Fallen Kingdom, we might actually grow to appreciate Owen and Claire a lot more than we did in Jurassic World.
Well,
Yeah, and I
mean,
really
they're
hope
broken
they
up
do as
now.
well,
So
because
what's the point of even Jurassic World's arc even happening? Because it didn't make a difference in the end, right?
Well, it did because they grew a greater level of respect for one another. I mean,
But they're
Jurassic
broken
World,
up now, so who gives a shit what happened in Jurassic World? It's going to end up
Jurassic
broken
World-
up again. It's going to be the
Jurassic
same arc
World
again.
wasn't about the romance. Jurassic World wasn't about the romance. I mean, like, See, you're gonna have to get off camera. It's too damn distracting.
This is what I'm like behind the scenes when there's no camera going on. I'm like do these fucking hand movements and shit. Like,
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
For those that can't see, this is a great show.
Um,
But okay, so initially, I get it. Like some people love Owen and Claire, so cool. All right, yeah, sell it on that point.
Well, I
The
mean,
next
that's
thing,
Tumblr
I
culture.
really love the shots of
you can't say that.
of Owen on the plane, man.
Yeah, that's
You
Jurassic
know,
Park
like
3.
him looking out
What
the
a
window.
throwback.
That's Jurassic Park. That plane coming across the island, beautiful.
And
Like
what's-
those shots, selling me to the movie
Yeah.
right there.
You know what's
100%.
cool is those shots are very Jurassic Park, but they're also just sort of a different angle for the island. Just even the way that they're framed, they're different. They're familiar, but they're different. Like
Yeah.
right there, like the
Very much so,
cinematography,
yeah.
it has a new feel to it, and I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And
No, it was. You're right, and I really like those shots. And then what comes next? What comes after that?
Owen said, like, they're saying some things, and Owen's like, I know why you're here. You know, save the dinosaurs from an island that's about to explode.
and Blue's.
Blue's alive. And then the weirdest thing, I think the part that bothers me is I like showing...
Stop assuming I care about Blue.
Well, no,
I like
showing
I love
Owen-
Blue. What are you talking
I
about?
like showing
Everyone loves
Owen
Blue.
and Baby Blue.
Couldn't care less.
what?
Give me Wild Raptors.
It's weird because they use the raw dialogue from that scene with Owen and Baby Blue, so it's like really dramatic, and you hear Blue's alive, and you hear Owen is going, oh.
Oh, what's his weird?
Like-
Like he does like,
Oh, yeah,
like a weird. It's so like.
No,
like-
what are you guys talking about? That seems
Maybe-
so sick.
Maybe in the movie it works. It probably does work in the movie. I have nothing against that. It's just in the trailer because they're building up to this big dramatic like thing, and like literally right before that you have Owen going, oh, and it's like, and it's so low in the
Yeah.
mix.
No, I
It's
get
so
that.
low in the audio mix that
No.
it's like kind of uncomfortable sounding. I don't.
No,
I, really,
can defend
Agreed.
this.
No,
I
I agree.
hate the trailer. I, can
always
totally
pick up
defend
on that.
It's so cool. It's like okay, you got a baby
No.
raptor, such a cute we have dogs. We had dogs, like baby cute dog, and then
No,
you know,
I agree.
What's a bigger version of a dog? A fucking
I
wolf.
like the scene.
A wolf
I
will
like the
kill
scene.
you. And then
I'm
the
just
horror
saying,
scene, like the horror music just comes in like, whoop, and it's like, oh shit.
Yeah, it's kind of weird though. That's kind of comes out of nowhere.
I mean,
you know?
it didn't play to the rest of the trailer. But I'm saying it's a cool like little double take. It's like okay,
Yeah.
we got the cute and then the
We got
scary
the horror,
shit,
but they
played
didn't show.
with,
But they didn't
cheesy
show anything
action.
scary. So they
Yeah.
went from like odd audio mixing.
Yeah, they did scary on executive producer Steven's. Like, be worried,
Yeah, like-
Steven's attached.
Oh my god. No.
Oh god. Okay, so we get a shot, the same shot of the Jurassic World gates in ruins.
I like it.
That's cool.
I like it. Yeah.
That was cool.
I dig it, and you can see the
and
plane
the plane
flying.
above
Yeah.
as well. Yeah.
I dig it.
That's pretty cool. Let's see. I don't kind of really understand. Okay, so just a little logistics here. I don't in the purpose of the trailer. I don't care, but you know how Jurassic World ended and how it was evacuated. Why is the monorail just
Like,
by the entrance gate? Why wouldn't it be at the pier?
Maybe they.
You know what I mean?
maybe they're cycling it, like when they're doing like when they returned to the island. Maybe they did some cycles with it. Like maybe they even used it to get a point A to point B. And with monorails, there's multiple on the track. So while one ended up at like a docking station, one might have ended up like in the middle of the track.
True. There's not just one, is there?
Yeah.
I was just like, it's very convenient for it to land exactly where we want it.
I don't mind.
It's a cool shot.
That's,
so
that's a
therefore
good
it works,
visual.
right?
Yeah,
It's a
that's
cool
good
shot.
visual.
Yeah, right.
I don't mind. It doesn't
Yeah.
really break any logic. So I mean, for me, I think that's just a really cool shot. I'm glad they got that in there. I'm actually excited.
I will
the
have
ruins
to.
of Jurassic World, because they're going to be so overgrown that they're going to look very Jurassic Park at this point.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, it's going to be good. So we get a very, very The Lost World shot coming through the field. Kuala Ranch, with the massive kind of InGen style trucks drive past. Now, what would have been cool here is if they literally recreated the shot from Lost World, so the camera was awkwardly tracking forward. I think in the Lost World it was it seemed like a rush job, like somebody was sitting in the back of a car and they were reversing it to get that track forward. I don't know if you remember where the trailers are coming past.
Oh yeah,
the first time they
yeah.
get to the island. That shot is kind of like shakes as it goes forward. It would have been cool if they recreated that.
That would have been.
I would have done the same shot,
That would have been a little. Is that the shot though that they go right by? Yeah, that's a shot where they go right by the dead ankylosaurid.
Oh, yeah.
That's an ankylosaurus, right? Because I didn't know in my breakdowns. Like I don't know what this is. Like it's like a pointy rock or something.
People are gonna jump on me because when I watched it, I'm like, oh shoot, that's and I was able to identify the species. And right now I'm drawing a blank. It's an ankylosaur, but it's not an ankylosaurus.
It's a different like the one.
Yeah, it's like something like that. Yeah, I know what you're trying to say.
But after that shot,
hold on, Jack. Before we jump ahead, though, what's neat is that's another completely different species on the island. Like that's not an ankylosaurus. So it's like, what the hell? How many dinosaurs are on this island? Like we're probably never going to see that animal alive. We're never going to see that animal alive.
Thing is, unless they explain that, like it should have just made it a dinosaur that's already there.
They don't have to explain
unless it's going to be explained.
Well, Studio ADI are the ones who did the dead dinosaur carcasses. So I'm wondering if they just said, like, we want an ankylosaurus dead, but they never told them, like, this is what the ankylosaurus in Jurassic World looks like. So they just went and, like, okay, here's an ankylosaur species, and then went and did it. It looks cool. I guess just we can add it to InGen's ever-growing mysterious list.
That wasn't on InGen's list. So the next shot, where Bryce, Daniela Pineda, and Ted Levine. I've stood here. This is the Kuala Ranch. This is the first bunker we go to. Me and Real News Hawaii.
I remember the pics.
We were standing there, man. We went inside this bunker.
Little girl.
Yeah, man.
That was
and
sick.
We it was cool to be there, especially because before we'd seen anything in the movie, I was like, what is this gonna be? It was cool.
Now,
and we still don't really know, but it's obviously connects the tunnels of the island, whether it's geothermal or whatever those tunnels are used for.
You know what I really like about those tunnels, though?
Very cool.
It appears as though they kind of set up shop like underground. Like there's like a scene where Bryce and Franklin are together, like in a separate part of the underground tunnels with the baryonyx. Yes. And then like Danielle Pineda and like Ted Levine's character are like in another part with like a bunch of computer screens set up. So it seems like they're setting up underground, so I appreciate that. They're not going to be above ground where all these dinosaurs are, right?
Yeah,
there's going to be quite an intricate story here that happens on the island. We know that Chris was the one that revealed to us that everything seen in the trailer is the first half of the movie. I think that's exciting. While it didn't benefit this trailer for other audiences. Knowing that is exciting because it means there's a whole half of the movie we've seen nothing from.
Exactly.
We have
because
But you know what I mean. I think that's an exciting way to market a movie, and again, the trailer does kind of make you think this is kind of generic running away from dinosaurs on an island with a volcano this time, but it's half the movie. All this happens in the first half.
See, but
so what comes next?
The fault of the trailer, though, is the trailer doesn't even allude to there being more to the story, and that's
it kind of does though. Like there's like a boat scene, like literally the boat going away from the island, like the island's on fire.
Yeah, blink and you miss it though.
I guess so.
It's blink and you miss it, but on top of that, does that really imply
dialogue or anything?
Does that imply to a greater? That doesn't really imply a greater narrative. It just kind of implies like we're going to point A to get the dinosaurs. Like we don't even know anything like else about the movie. Like it doesn't necessarily suggest a greater narrative. It doesn't suggest like a greater question of conflict that our characters are facing beyond surviving the dinosaurs and surviving the volcano. So from the structure of the trailer, you really do feel like you just saw the entirety of the movie. And you're not even left with bigger questions. Like the dialogue doesn't even allude to there being more to the story. So you go like, wow, this looks like the most simple Jurassic Park movie I've ever seen, and they showed it all. But we're getting ahead of ourselves because we're still like in the first 30 seconds.
Yeah, so the next shot is the compy, which you love. So it's Main Street. There's some Jurassic toys, some Hasbro toys, and you get those armored trucks, the ones with the cages driving past. And we get this. Honestly, it's a work of genius. This shot with the compy. That's so Jurassic.
That's a Lost World
That's
shot.
so great.
That's a Lost World
It's
shot.
funny.
Yeah, it's a Lost World
Colin
through and through.
Colin said that shot was purely all JA. That was all Bayona. Because
I can believe that.
I
I was
had
about to
brought
say
that
the
up.
genius
Good shot.
of JA.
yeah, I had brought that up.
I mean, it's kind of like a JP3, you know, the throwback to the raptor posing in the
yes,
in
100%.
the
Yeah,
in
absolutely.
the embryonic
You're right,
lab.
you're right, 100%.
Yeah.
It's great. That's a Jurassic kind of thing. Like that little compy like frozen there. It's brilliant. I think it's so cool.
What I love-
it's those little tidbits that make it as well. In the running scene, when you get the compies,
They're jumping.
through the grass. I'm like, that's so Jurassic Park, man.
And Jack, what's kind of funny is looking at the compy now, I can tell you the design is not super beefy like we thought they were. It just must have been like,
Yeah.
it just must have been the angle or something like that.
like that mega
Yeah,
compy.
they are not making.
I couldn't get past the one that jumps past Franklin. I'm like, it's a giant. It's like the size of a raptor.
The perspective
Yeah,
was
no.
really weird on that. But yeah,
But it made it look so thick, and like I was like, it's thicker than him. Like, no, it's a normal compy, and it looks dirty and brown, like it's got dirt on it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? If you look closely, if you raise the brightness on the image you've got of it, it looks like it's got brown dirt.
actually,
all over
all
it.
the
It's great.
dinosaurs in this movie seem to have that. I was looking like if you look at the Triceratops, the Stegosaurus, all of them seem to be caked in like dirt and mud. So I think they're trying to give them a livable wear and tear. Also, this might be like ash and soot, things like that.
Yeah, no, I think it's cool. Either way, it's some good production design. But yeah, so we are at Main Street. We set foot here as well. None of the buildings were there, but we stood where this building was. I tell you what, if they were filming at any time similar, I mean, we went in September and we had to stand in the shade because it was so freaking hot.
Yeah.
Like, and the sun was beaming down. I can't imagine what it was like to film there in the summer, dude. Like, that's intense.
I hope
That really is intense. It's hot.
I hope the sound design kind of goes back because like Jurassic Park, the sound you heard the humidity and you heard the tropical sense of it, so it all felt like a very warm area. Jurassic World didn't have any of those sounds, so like it kind of like with the teal color grading, it looked very cold. So I hope that we get like that sense of like humidity and buzzing insects and birds and everything around us, like while we're setting foot.
Yeah, I
underwater.
want it to feel dirty.
Yeah,
and, like
lived
wet,
in and
like
lived.
moist.
Yeah,
yeah, humid.
It's a really weird thing, but like I could totally see this shot either feeling really sterile and cold, or like with the right sound design, maybe you can hear the wind off the ocean in the distance, and you know all the birds chirping and the buzzing, and just feeling really just tropical.
I want it to feel uneasy. So what do we think about the Brachiosaurus shot?
I-
We get a freaking Brachiosaurus back, man.
I love the shot. I'm not a big fan of the design, but I do love the shot.
Why is a
tell us why
Brachiosaur
the
there all of a
design
sudden? We're like,
is-
I mean, I don't want to get
Agreed,
into why
Assis.
it's there. I'm saying
Brachiosaur was not in Jurassic World, right?
I mean, we
No,
know
I'm
it's
pretty sure it
on the
wasn't even
island, man. We
referenced
know
in
that.
Jurassic World.
People assume it's on the island because you hear their calls during one of the scenes. Like when Owen's at his shack, you hear the.
oh, you're right. No, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Totally, 100%.
So,
Like, why is it on Main Street though?
well, I mean,
Well, it's been 4 years, right? So the migration.
yeah, I mean,
They've moved to
Sure.
where the party at.
Sure.
They've moved to check out Winston's.
this one's notably
that shit out.
shorter and stockier. So hey, maybe the original Jurassic Park design does reprise. Like maybe this one walks by and it's actually ends up being a juvenile, and then like an adult walks by and it's like the classic Jurassic Park design and just eclipses it in size. Like that would be kind of cool.
Yeah, it's
Like-
definitely a smaller
like-
one, but it's really cool, and it's nice seeing Jurassic World gone to hell. You know,
Yeah.
like the Main Street and stuff. I like, when we first saw the set pictures of Main Street set, and we weren't quite sure that it was Main Street because it was just sort of the teepee buildings, and I was praying for like sauna, the InGen village. It still looks incredible. Like I'm really pleased with how it's come out. 4 years of
Overgrowth.
maintenance.
Yeah,
I have a question for you guys.
Overgrowth and-
Since we're back to the ground zero of the fight, the big classic fight. Do you think we're gonna see some sort of cooked Velociraptor and like old body of Echo and shit? Do you think so? Like they're right there.
I don't think they'll be cooked. I wouldn't be surprised if they threw some skeletons, raptor skeletons, there on the sets. You might never see them in the movie, but like they might have cooked them up just in case the camera does pass by a window. Like, well, we better have this here.
I mean, don't forget, like we literally saw Owen
although
watch one of the raptors fly into like the fire. Like he
You know
knows
what?
where they are.
Although, to be fair, in such a humid, wet, warm environment filled with so many decomposition, I would be actually surprised if the raptor skeletons survived. I would honestly be kind of surprised if they were still there. With all the predatorial animals around there mixed with decomposition, like I would not be surprised if like you just could not find.
Yeah, but it's a cool Easter egg, you know, because it's Owen's little babies. Like you gotta check it out. Like a quick little, even if it's like a little quick pan through, like just like while they're walking, like you see like a little broken window, kind of like a dead body in the window there. Like a little quick little shot, like a little pan through.
Owen grabs a sickle claw from both of them, makes a necklace out of it to remember them.
I'm okay with that.
Then
I'm okay
later
with that.
in the movie, he drapes the necklace over Blue's neck, and then Blue, surprising us all, just says, "Thank you."
Or she just goes, Owen.
Owen.
You know what?
Just in the same
she just
way.
goes, "Alan, we need Alan," and then the movie ends.
Oh, can we quickly talk about the potential rumors?
We'll get to that later. Oh, after the trailer.
Oh, fine.
All right, so if they had never announced that Malcolm was back, this scene would have literally made me piss myself.
Oh yeah,
with excitement.
Imagine if it was just
the reveal. You get the voice, and then you get the court scene. Then you see him up like a close up. It's just like, oh shit.
He doesn't look like Malcolm. I mean, he looks.
You look like old Jeff Goldblum, like old dude.
I mean, I'm just not a fan that they gave Malcolm a beard, to be honest with you. I think that if they would have ditched the beard, it would look fine.
You and I are bearded boys.
But Malcolm, I've never really associated a beard with Malcolm. You know what I mean? Like, I can imagine old Dr. Grant with a beard, but old Malcolm, I feel like he should have that clean-shaven look.
Goldblum has a beard.
No. I mean, sometimes. I mean, obviously he has a beard here, but if you search him, like, other times, he just normally has like a little bit of gruff and not much. No, he grew in this beard for Fallen Kingdom, because before Fallen Kingdom and after Fallen Kingdom, he did not have a beard. So this.
I do wonder why that choice was made, but I mean, let's wait and see. His lines weren't bad at all. You know, it was exciting to see.
Well, I mean, his lines were basically
the same as Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same lines, but yeah.
Can't really mess that up.
So we get a couple of shots of this unnamed boat. We don't even know the name, so it's weird.
SS Goldblum.
But we get a couple of shots on this boat, and this is obviously second half. This is the end of the first half of the movie, right?
I assume so.
I mean, you got to assume.
I assume so, unless this movie does some like really weird narrative like twists where they're leaving the island and they end up back on the island. I have no idea, to be honest with you.
Yeah, no, for sure. But it's cool. You got people looking out. You got all those vehicles loaded up onto this boat. You got a load of people looking out at burning Isla Nublar. You hope that scene's going to be pretty emotional.
Yeah, and I love the shot before that. Just the Stegosaurus in the cage. Just the way it looks, the way it's being lit from like this sort of orange glow fire from the distance, and just the silhouette of everyone staring out as the island burns. That's pretty wild, to be honest with you.
It's going to be really interesting to see that whole sequence together. You know, loading up the boat and then getting out there while watching this island, which has been in only 2 of the movies, but you know it's been prominent in the franchise where it all began.
It looks
destroyed.
What's interesting is you kind of see before that, you see everyone sort of running up to the bay doors. Like when they go past the Stegosaurus, you see them all running up to the bay doors, and then they're all staring out. And even down there on the ground, it looks like there's somebody like with his hands up to his head, just kind of like in disbelief. So like you kind of get the feeling that they're just all like, I can't believe it actually. Like they knew it was going to happen, but you kind of get the feeling that they probably did not expect it to happen while they were there, and they're just kind of staring out there, just like oh god, like.
And we can assume, you know, there's obviously men left.
Yeah,
there's people left on that island.
I feel like people left on the island would stand a better chance than animals, because they would at least know what's happening and kind of be able to plan for like how to survive what's going on around them. As opposed to animals.
Okay,
would not.
So we get a first look at the baryonyx, Chris. You want to run us through this?
Do we? Hold on. Oh yeah, we've got Claire and Franklin Webb.
Whoa, hang on.
Yeah.
Did you just drop a last name?
Oh, yeah. His last name is Webb. Big spoilers, I know. Franklin Webb. So we got Claire and Franklin Webb, and they're inside of the sort of like underground bunker-looking structure. Lava is literally pouring around them, and a baryonyx is just coming out from the tunnel and roaring at them. It looks like it's literally going to eat them right then and there.
A good thing to note is that it's probably not a good thing. It's a bad thing. A bad thing to note is that if you pause on the shot of Franklin, Mr. Webb, and Claire, they're both looking completely different directions.
Yeah, I don't understand how that happens, to be honest with you, because you know they film these things with like a tracking ball. Like, look at this. So how did they end up looking at something completely different?
It was gonna be.
Unless Mr. Webb is like, oh shit, there's lava.
Okay, honest question, Jack. Do you think... Because I'm looking at this situation, and I'm seeing the way it's framed, and there's basically a wall of lava coming down between the baryonyx and them, but there's like a little bit of a gap. Do you think the baryonyx takes a step forward and then gets like decapitated by like falling lava?
100%.
Like, because that's really the only way I see this scene ending. Unless they play it smart and the baryonyx roars at them like, don't come close to me, and then it just kind of turns around and tries to escape because it doesn't want to deal with dying in a horrible fiery death.
I mean, maybe. I don't know.
Like,
It's a difficult one to say how it's going to unfold. It obviously is towards the towards the evacuation of the island. This isn't early in the movie. I don't know. I really couldn't tell you. I have no idea how the scene is going to play out. We know they obviously get out alive.
Yeah.
It's just what happens?
Like,
Is it a warning? Do they end up helping it?
That would be, like I said.
Are they going to try and... That would be cool.
That'd be interesting if the animal does, like, it kind of gives a roar, you think it's going to attack them, and then this kind of starts nervously pacing and, like, stays to its side, and then they open the door and the thing just busts right past them and goes outside, like, I'm out of here, yo. Like...
Yo, cheers, Mr. Webb.
Because that's honestly probably closer to the way a real animal would act. Unless they cornered it. But I just don't buy that a dinosaur would hunt them in that situation. At least not...
Yeah, like near enough end of its life.
Yeah.
Let's keep going.
So
we see...
I feel like velociraptors are just like, screw it.
Hey guys, where are the wild raptors, eh?
Last meal.
Not on Nublar.
That's exactly right. That's a spoiler alert for you guys. No wild raptors.
'Tis but a shame. So let's keep going. We've got Chris's favorite pteranodon design.
Yeah.
My favorite. It's my favorite too.
They fly by the volcano.
They fly past the volcano, and then we've got.
It's a cool shot.
So this is the East Dock, and we set foot here as well, which is really eerie. I found that the red tape that says Franklin.
Yeah.
When we were there, which is cool. This is a cool scene, and I think it's really cool that people are going to see the East Dock, and it's almost one of the last things they'll see of Isla Nublar is the East Dock. And it's one of the things in the first movie we never really see, but it's such a prominent part of Nedry's story.
Do you think that little kiosk with the phone is going to be there still, like old and like?
I hope so, man.
What
In
kiosk?
fact, we were trying to work that out when we were there. We were trying to be like, they'll have the phone box. Surely, where's it going to be and stuff? There wasn't anything there when we were there. But
I don't see anything between this shot and then the stuff in the behind the scenes reel. I was looking and I'm like, I don't see anything there. But maybe they'll have it like set further back within like the shipping containers.
This was really cool to visit. Actually, there was it's a really long pier, but literally the shot is all from that side and faces the same way. Behind that, it's just hundreds of boats. Cars, like big car parks, a restaurant, like
it looks so
it's
wild.
Pretty cool
right
area.
Here. Jack, so this shot with all these exploding barrels, do you think that that's going to be the final VFX pass, or do you think those barrels are substitute for like fiery? Like, do you think it's supposed to be a shot of them running away from exploding barrels, or like what? Like it's weird.
Oh, I know what you mean. I think we kind of assumed that it was lava that was coming alongside them and making the barrels explode, right? But then. Who knows?
I mean, it might just be unfinished VFX. Like the final shot might have like oh god, the fire's touching our fuel reserves and it's about to go boom.
Yeah, maybe. So right now the shot is exploding barrels and it's really cool, and those are real as well. That actually happened.
Yeah, you can tell. It's
I don't know.
Explosion. It looks
are they
great.
running from lava, or
I mean, they might be running from like another pyroclastic cloud, more pyroclastic flow. I don't know.
Yeah, you never know.
Like,
it's a cool shot though. I really enjoy the East stuff that we saw in the trailer and the behind the scenes. It looks
it's
cool.
very dramatic, and it's very
very cool. And then we
vivid.
get, what do we get next, Chris?
We get the return of Blue, and she honestly, literally looks better than ever.
Yes.
Oh, she looks great,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
She looks like a raptor.
Yes.
She's
raptor.
skinnier as well, so she's definitely lost weight. You know, being on the island alone, not being fed.
That's actually.
What was it in Jurassic World that gets a pig?
Rats.
She's
Rats
not
too, bro.
literally eating pigs.
Rats.
Yeah,
What I
she's
was-
probably just been eating compies and shit.
What I was going to ask is, I wonder how much of that is a deliberate design change based off of people having feedback saying like the raptors look kind of goofy in Jurassic World, and how much of it is a design change in terms of like, hey, you know, she's no longer in captivity, so she's a little skinnier.
Okay, but let's talk about Blue. So she jumps on the Ford Explorer from the first movie, the tour vehicle.
poster, bro.
The Mark Englert poster, bro.
Do you think they'll have that shot? Like, do you think the camera will pull out wide for like a split second before she hops off? And do you think we'll see her like standing on it sideways, like the full vehicle in frame?
Okay, so the VFX as well, when she roars and the movement she's got and the way she's lit on that car, it looks amazing. It looks so much better than Jurassic World's animation.
Yeah.
And I got to give them credit
Oh,
for that. I mean, some
the
of
way
it,
that she
we'll get to
moves-
it.
she
Some of the
moves-
VFX in this trailer looks terrible, but the majority of it is solid.
She moves like a
already
velociraptor.
as well.
Like, literally, the raptors
Yeah,
in
she
Jurassic
does.
World, they just did not behave like raptors to me. And here, she is quick. She is, like, I don't know. There's just everything about it is pure Jurassic Park velociraptor.
So then we have, obviously, because it's a slightly later in the scene, we have a crossing the line shot, which always bothers me. We get a shot of Chris Pratt from the other angle, and he's like, what does he say? You know me, baby Blue, you know me. And then we cut to we do cut to a wide, Chris. We cut to a wide of the Jeep.
Hey, Jack, can you go back to that shot of the close-up of his face where his hands outstretched? Everyone's talking about it. Is there CG on his face? Like, what's going on in that shot? It looks so funky. And, like, it's not just me, because I never even brought it up, but other people are talking about it. I'm like, I'm glad it's not just me asking this, because it's really weird looking.
Oh, it looks kind of blurry. His left eye.
Yeah, like...
It looks kind of like
it looks like...
stuck on.
Like, yeah, like, they CG'd an eye, and, like, meanwhile, like, he should have, like, an eye patch there or something. Like, something really weird.
Hey, you never know, man. Maybe he's got an injury that's like crucial to the plot, and maybe like they just didn't want to
It just looks
show that in the
funny.
trailer.
If it's not CG, then there's just some weird lighting going on. But, like, it looks like they DNR'd half his face.
I think you guys are looking way
no,
too
it
much into
does.
this, honestly. I
It's-
think it's just bad lighting.
I don't know. I've never seen lighting do that. But, I mean, I'm not saying it can't do that, but I'm just saying, like...
What's interesting about this shot is that his eyes are not in focus. His ears are, which is like not good. You know, if you're filming anybody,
Yeah, you
in
want-
a close up, it's their eyes. Like that's the focal point. That's kind of basic cinematography right there. And loads of films, it's so easy to miss because you know you take 40 and the actor takes a mini step forward and
Yep.
you've already lost it.
Yeah.
Like, it's so easy to miss, but it's funny seeing it. Like I haven't really noticed before, but just because you were telling me to check the face out, I'm looking now. Yeah, his face isn't actually in focus. His ears.
Do you think maybe that's what's causing it? A mixture of the lighting and his face being slightly
Yeah,
out of focus?
I think probably it's just blurring it a little bit, and it's a little awkward pose from Pratt because he doesn't look. What's his emotion here? I love in the behind the scenes, Chris Pratt's like, not gonna lie, Jeff Goldblum kind of awesome. I was like, why would you want to lie? It is awesome. It's Jeff Goldblum, dude.
I think we should mention this pretty quickly, though. Do we think Jeff
Alright,
Goldblum
so-
has more than one scene in this movie?
Yeah, I think he has two. One at the start and one at the end.
Because we know he's going to be in front of the panel and then behind the panel at one point. That much is known.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it's at least two scenes, I guess.
Yeah, I guess we'll find out.
I wanted him on Island. It would never happen, but I wanted
It
to
wouldn't
see
really make sense.
one last time.
Considering, like, he would...
Him set foot on the island. Yeah, but I mean, a lot's not going to make sense, is it, Chris? So fuck it. Put Jeff Goldblum on the
That's
island.
that's sort of my approach now. Because before Jurassic World, I said, hey, don't put any of the original actors in it. It doesn't make sense. After Jurassic World, it's gone so comic booky that I'm like, screw it. Put the original trio, and I want to see them at this point.
Yeah, give me what I want. So let's talk about this shot of Blue. We get more of the Jeep, which obviously has moved since 1993. It's not against that tree anymore, so it's been roughed around. Dinosaurs have pushed it. Whatever's happened. And we get pretty solid VFX Blue here.
Yeah, no, she looks
No.
great.
This looks
No,
good.
yeah, this looks good. I saw some people. There was a dialogue. I think one of those articles are like, oh, they talked about adding animatronics in this movie, and the trailer focused on CG dinosaurs. And like, while I can fault the latter half of the trailer, like stuff like this, like they pointed out to this scene, and I'm like, well, honestly, especially that close up when his hand's reaching out, like it looks good.
Yeah.
Like I can't. I don't.
It does look good.
I don't care that it's CG.
The point of view of it, it's off. Like her hand, like her entire head looks like off from his hand. Like the entire depth of field is off. I don't know. Maybe I'm looking too deep into it.
Oh, okay. So that's the close up, yeah. No, I know what you're saying. Assis, angle wise, a little weird, but
It's a weird frame.
I think it almost passes as an animatronic. That
Yeah.
shot.
What are you guys talking about?
Well, trust us when we say this is much better visual effects than Jurassic World.
Yeah. Like straight up.
It looks good.
Straight up.
It looks
I've
good.
never
The
been
raptor
one
here.
to, really overly compliment the Jurassic World raptors, especially. Like, I think this looks.
Hey, so here's a question for you guys. So in this trailer, the only thing we see of Blue is this scene where it's like, oh, you know me, Blue, it's me, Owen. All that shit. And he puts his hand towards her, and then she barks away from him. And then we cut away, and we never see her again. Does she accept him? Does she like, oh shit, yeah, what up, Owen? How's it going, man? Or does she, like, is she out? She like, nah, bitch, you betrayed me, I'm out.
He accepts her. Then
Does
the
she
volcano
chase him?
explodes. It's guaranteed. That's why they run away.
I bet you she hightails it out of there. It seems
Yeah.
like she kind of like she obviously accepts him, because if she didn't, she would have eaten him.
Nah, because she's debating that in the scene we're seeing.
Yeah, but I mean, obviously she doesn't eat him. I mean, we just know for a fact that she doesn't eat him. So like,
No, she doesn't eat him, but what if she runs off and then the rest of the time she's a threat?
I guess, but even if she runs off, that means she sort of accepted him to a degree, rather than just flat out killing him.
Yeah, but not bringing him back, hey?
Like, but we know that they get her because they have
They
we
own
have
what?
a shot.
Huh? They own what?
We have a shot in the behind the scenes feature where they're all sitting around her on a hospital bed.
Oh, true. Yeah,
Dude,
yeah,
that animatronic looks bad. That looks
Yeah,
horrible.
It does not. We'll get to that later, but it does not look None of the animatronics look Stan Winston quality, to be honest with you.
Well, because they're going to be touched up by CGI.
Right, so-
we'll discuss that later on, but it doesn't matter.
After she barks, we get a lovely shot of Kula Ranch with the volcano exploding, the volcano that wasn't there in the first one.
Well,
and then we get...
Wait, hold on. It's a dormant. Like,
Nah, let's move
no,
on.
no, it's a
Moving on.
dormant volcano, and we see it. It's blowing the top off the mountain. So this is a long dormant volcano that is finally awakening, and it's blowing the top. It's not like a dome top volcano. Like, this is going from mountain to volcano. So
Chris, I'm rocking the boat, dude. Come
Hey
on.
guys, remember the part where this
listen,
multi-billion-dollar
people that listen to
corporation
this-
built a fucking Jurassic Park and Jurassic World on a dormant volcano?
Come on.
Remember, that was
Hey,
cool,
Bring
right?
it to me, man. Yeah, that's it. That's what I want to
Hey,
hear.
hey.
That's a question they need to answer in the movie, man.
Hey,
why
Jack.
would they build this huge theme park on an island that they
you
knew
guys-
had all this geothermal power? There's obviously some volcanic shit happening underground. Yeah, that would be safe
Well-
here. There's 5 other islands to choose from.
well, we know why they didn't build at San Diego or Orlando.
Well,
It's a
you know
horrible
Jurassic World
idea.
doesn't make sense.
It's a horrible idea. How about this?
What's
How do you know
building a
that
fucking
any of
tropical
those islands-
resort on a
all of
volcanic
those
island?
islands-
What if there were 20,000 people on the resort? Then what?
Dude.
Idiots?
All of those islands are volcanic, most likely.
Idiots? Don't build dinosaurs.
Chris, that's just your crazy fan theories, bro.
No, I mean, I'm just going into the reality of the nature of islands in that area.
Then
They're
why
probably
put
all
it there?
They're probably all volcanic. I mean, hell, all the Hawaiian islands are volcanic.
Okay, Chris, you know what? Ludlow's a good guy. He understood
Most
the
of them,
point. He
most
got
of
it.
them
He
are
got it.
dormant, but I mean, they're all volcanic.
You're with me on this. Ludlow was a smart guy. Save 20,000 people, bring the dinosaurs to mainland, put them on San Diego. There's no volcanic activity on San Diego. You know, they get it.
Mount St. Helens, Mount Vesuvius.
None of which
Shoot.
are in San Diego or
No, I know,
Orlando.
I know. I'm trying to give you examples of dormant volcanoes that people have built close to because they are dormant. I mean, hell, Yellowstone National Park.
Look, my only thing is, and we said this from the very beginning, Chris, when we first heard about the volcano, is that there was literally nothing in Jurassic World that even hints at a volcano.
Geothermal activity. Yeah, no, I think that the
Okay, so establishing the first half of this second movie with the island's gonna blow up, man, is like, all right, where did that come from?
and I think
You know what I mean?
And I think the movie does have.
It's almost. It's it was the Pixar writer who gave those series of tweets, and it was like basic story techniques, and one of them is characters can never have a convenient thing. Everything has to be a convenience that gets them in a negative situation. It can never save them by, oh, that's very convenient, or else there's never any conflict.
Like the T-Rex.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but no,
How
I agree.
convenient
I
is
think that
you know what I mean. And the volcano, it's just like, so how can we move past these islands? All right, yeah, let's blow it up with a volcano. Okay, cool. If they knew that was the story from the first one, which they always said, that we know the 3 movies. Then
No,
Colin
they've
said
definitely
he's-
why
changed
wasn't
it.
it
What happened
referenced
to
Colin
in
open
said
source
movie one?
dinosaurs?
Why wasn't there one line that said,
It's getting kind of hot in here, isn't it?
No, I don't think.
it's getting kind of steamy in
Honestly,
here?
I think the
Like-
volcano is literally just inspired by leftover Jurassic World concept art. Colin always said he knew the ending of the trilogy. He always knew where he wanted the trilogy to go, but I don't think he exactly knew that Fallen Kingdom would be a volcanic eruption disaster film for the first half of its movie. It's not beyond the ability of this movie to actually logically integrate the concept of volcanic activity on Nublar, but it is going to be the responsibility of the movie to pose it in a way in the greater context of the film that it doesn't feel like a convenient point of conflict. Like, if our characters go, yeah, well, we knew about it, but, et cetera, like, it's like, if they can find a logical way to bring the audience up to speed with it and go, like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, for sure.
It's not beyond
But
the capabilities.
If you get, somebody questioning Bryce, and she was like, yeah, well, we knew, but we never thought it would blow. Again, the whole movie, thanks a lot, Claire, is her fault. Because she knew.
She didn't
and
build
then
it.
She was like, yeah, let's go back and
Come
save
on,
those motherfuckers.
That is John Hammond's fault, if anybody's fault. And that's Simon
No, I'm
Mazzaroni's
saying
fault.
if she was running Jurassic World and she knew that this volcano was happening, and then she brought the dinosaur protection group back, then it's once again her fault.
Wait, how?
The movie.
That would be on Simon
Because she
Mazzaroni.
brought people to the island that's going to explode.
She's just a hired person at Jurassic World. She's not the person who owns Jurassic World.
Yeah, but she owns
She's
Dinosaur
just-
Protection
I
Group,
know
bro.
She's just like, it's like blaming like.
I'm not saying she built
It's
Jurassic
like-
World,
if,
dude. I'm
like-
saying if she brings the dinosaur protection group there, which she does, we know
Yes.
this because it's in the plot
Yeah.
synopsis. If she does that and she knew, and they reveal that she knew about the volcano,
But that's why
man,
she brings them there. Literally, these people sign up for the mission, saying, "Oh shoot, this island's gonna blow up. Let's go try to save the dinosaurs." I mean, that is.
So why are we supposed to like Claire?
We don't like Claire.
She's not any better or worse than Owen.
Owen sucks too. I'm not saying he's good.
Hoskins was the best part of Jurassic World.
Yo, where's Barry at, bro? He's the only smart idiot there. Where Barry at?
Do you remember the great relationship that Owen and Barry were going to have through the
Yeah,
that was
I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened there. My honest,
Oh, they realized he's
Parlez-vous en
French.
Parlez-vous en
My-
français. Apparently
my
not.
own.
Yeah, they're like, nah, American audiences, they can't speak
Okay,
French.
out of all
I
honesty,
can.
like I have two ideas. Either he and Chris Pratt did not have good chemistry, so it didn't work out.
They get rid
or
of Chris
his-
Pratt. You keep Omar Sy. You keep him.
Or Omar Sy's English just was not delivering, and nobody could understand him. So
you want to know what?
cut it.
You
What's
pair him up
his
with
line
Marion
in,
Cotillard. You
Jurassic
pair him up
World?
with Marion Cotillard.
Who-
Bryce is out of there. Owen's out of there. Bring in Marion Cotillard. 2 French speakers. What do you want from me? Game over.
Jack, do you remember who it was before Omar Sy had the role? It wasn't it the dude from the first Planet of the Apes of
Yeah,
the new trilogy?
David Oyelowo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, him. Yeah.
That would
yeah.
been sick.
Yeah, that would have been cool. And Thingy as Owen.
It was
Garrett Hadlund.
Josh
Brolin.
Brolin. Yeah.
No, it was Garrett Hadlund
would've
before
been
that,
really
wasn't it? Before the delay. Garrett Hadlund. Yeah.
No, it was Josh Brolin.
Gary who?
No, before
Garrett-
the delay. Before the delay. It was Garrett Hadlund,
Before-
Bryce
no,
Dallas Howard,
before the
David
delay.
Oyelowo.
Nope. Garrett came in after.
Who's Garrett? Who?
Garrett
Hadlund,
came
guy
in-
from Tron Legacy.
He was one of the people that were in contention for the role after Josh Brolin.
Oh, was he in
dropped.
contention? Okay.
Yeah,
Fair play.
he tried for the role.
Oh, okay,
Chris
okay,
Pratt.
fair play.
Chris Pratt won, but yeah, no, he was looking for the role after Brolin dropped. There were a few really weird names after Josh Brolin dropped it.
You mean like
There
Jake
was him-
Johnson?
Well, that's not that weird. I'm talking about like there's another generic blonde dude who like
Oh, Army Hammer.
yeah, no, I think that was older. No, maybe that wasn't. Maybe that
No,
was this
Army
one.
Hammer would have been sick.
So after this point in the trailer, we get the same, the very first tease that we got, which was I forget what it was called, but it was...
Run?
Oh, it was Run, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Run. We get all that, which I really love, all this
Really?
sequence.
I hate
And then
this
we get the...
sequence.
Well, and then we get the Carnotaur sequence, and the Carnotaurus. I mean, that looks like an animatronic when the close
It looks
up.
fantastic. 100% looks fantastic.
I'd say Blue looks more like an animatronic, but yeah, the Carnotaurus looks great.
I think the Carno looks great. It's obviously not an animatronic, but it looks so good.
Looks fantastic.
Like ILM's best.
And that shot of
and the foot shot,
when she's creeping towards Owen and them, that shot is so
That's really cool.
And then
and then we get them looking up in the gyrosphere. We get see, hey Chris, Owen has a gash on his head there.
does he have it looks more like just like soot and ash.
It looks like a cut, like 3 cuts with ash and like a graze if you've fallen over or something. But who knows? Maybe they just removed that in that shot or something similar to that just to make him clean. I don't know.
That would be
You
strange,
never know.
but yeah, who knows?
Yeah, it would be strange, but I wouldn't put it past them, It's Hollywood, man. And then you get the Carnotaur running very aggressively towards a really awkward shot.
It looks weird, too cluttered.
But it's just a bit
an
weird.
ugly shot.
I don't know where I'm supposed to be looking, I'm kind of like, the focus is almost should be on the
I mean, I get what they were trying to do, trying to harken back to Jurassic Park when you're getting the shot through the Jeep with the 2 kids in it and the T-Rex on the other side.
It's the forced
Doesn't
perspective
work.
as well,
Doesn't
isn't
work.
it? It makes it look bigger, but it kind of is just really all over the place.
Claire and Franklin
But
shouldn't
again,
be in that shot.
We're not seeing it really. We're not seeing it in context.
I guess.
We're
I
kind
feel
of
like
just
either Owen should have hopped inside that gyrosphere and sat on their laps,
That would've been
or
sick.
like,
That would've been
or they should just not be in that shot. Like they should be hightailed it out of there,
because
and Owen should be there by himself.
Don't forget, he has to be a hero so they can sell the toys, man.
Yeah, because
All about
Jurassic
toys.
Park had these amazing iconic heroes, and
And sold all the
yeah.
toys.
Well, it did sell all the
After
toys.
this
To be
shot,
fair,
we
but
then get the shot that we were talking about, where the Rex comes from nowhere.
Owen's face says it all. His face is literally like, the hell?
Yeah, what
Where
is
did
that?
the T-Rex come from?
Like,
there's 100 meters on each side of just
yeah,
clearing.
like how are you surprised by that? How are you surprised by that?
Stealth Rex is back. Roberta Rex.
Yeah, Roberta.
It's funny.
I like calling her Lady Rex.
I like Lady Rex. Yeah, sure.
It's funny
Red
how many
Rexy.
people are like, "Oh, the Carnotaurus definitely
Rexy's
survives,"
terrible.
because it's still kicking on the ground. I'm like, have you guys never seen an animal? I mean, have you never seen another animal eat and kill another animal? It's not like they don't bite them and the animal's instantly dead. It's it's an involved process, but also the T-Rex is literally stepping on the Carnotaurus's throat.
Guys,
I mean, she
I
is
think
choking
there's one
it to
thing
death.
we're all missing with these scenes. They're like adding dinosaurs for the sake of adding dinosaurs. They're all throwaway. I guarantee the Baryonyx is going to die instantly. The Allosaur thing is going to die instantly. Carnotaurus dies instantly.
We see the Allosaurus get smacked by like a
Exactly.
Like,
What's the point of adding them? It's just a waste of. It's like just to say we have more dinosaurs than ever now.
in the greater context of this trailer, it's weird messaging because instead of them... Okay, what's weird... Okay, here's what really bothers me about the Stampede scene. Other than the dinosaurs looking kind of floaty and lifeless and like set pieces, what it is they talk about, are the dinosaurs worth saving? And it's like this greater picture of like our responsibility to dinosaurs. But instead of them trying to frame this shot as some sort of horrible and tragic event, they frame it to look, isn't this cool? Action movie. And like it's so inconsistent with the
tone
entire
is off.
messaging. It's so inconsistent. The way they shot all this is so inconsistent with the way that this movie has been promoted, and the way this movie thinks it is and the way it executes itself are two entirely different stories. And that is my biggest problem, is they frame it like this cool thing, and it's all about Owen and Claire and Franklin's escape, but it should be more about the dinosaurs at this point. Like it just, I don't know.
And I don't disagree that this shot is really cool.
It's
it's a cool shot. Volcano in the background, Rex like roaring, Carno on the floor, tiny people in the bottom. But yeah, in the grand scheme of Jurassic Park and what we love about the franchise, it doesn't really fit.
None of these characters are behaving logically. None of the animals are behaving logically. And then even...
And like you said, why the hell aren't they running?
Yeah,
at this point?
why are they
They're
sitting there
distracted,
staring?
Man,
Like,
they got out. It's safe.
like, yeah, run. That T-Rex is...
Like in the first movie, as soon as that Rex comes in, they're like, "All right, shit, let's go." Like,
exactly.
Let's hightail it out of here.
Exactly. Like,
whereas
when that T-Rex
they
grabs
seem to
the
just be
Carnotaurus-
standing there watching it all unfold.
When that T-Rex grabs the Carnotaurus, they should start hightailing it out of there. But no, it makes a really cool cinematic shot when they sit there staring and they're looking dumbfounded. Also, what really bothers me are Claire and Franklin sitting there buckled in their seats, just trying to casually look at other. Like, at the very least, if you want them sitting there and staring at the action, have him like have him like standing up on his seat, like, you know what I mean, like a kid like looking over his seat or something like that. Like, don't have him buckled in and kind of casually looking over his shoulder. It just looks so weird.
But you know what comes next in this scene? Pratt is like, go, and they however you control that gyrosphere, they shove that gyrosphere back down the valley, and he runs after them. And I guess because this is the weird thing. Then the volcano comes, and the ash cloud and the debris comes, and all the dinosaurs are running down this same valley. We see the T-Rex on the ship later. So how does the T-Rex get out of there?
I was thinking about this recently. If you think about it, if you look at the T-Rex scene again, the Carnotaur scene, I think like the stampede doesn't happen yet. Because like it doesn't make sense because there's no cloud of whatever behind them.
No, but look, when the T-Rex is roaring,
the tree,
you literally see.
You're mentioning the tree, probably, right? The tree.
No. Watch the T-Rex roar again. Literally, right when she's standing on top of the Carnotaurus, and then she does her roar. Literally, the entire mountain explodes.
That's what I'm saying. I'm thinking the Carnotaur T-Rex scene happens, and then the volcano goes off, and then the stampede happens. Rexy runs away. And then she gets captured by Ted Levine and like Zia Song or whatever, or Zia Rodriguez or whoever it is.
But that doesn't make sense because they're already in the clearing, and the stampede starts with them outside of the tree line, and neither Owen nor Franklin and Claire are inside the gyrosphere. And then they run to the gyrosphere.
Nothing else makes sense. Like, why else would the T-Rex stop? And how would she get captured if, they're running towards a cliff face? I'm thinking this has to have happened beforehand. There's no other way that makes sense. It's just like nothing.
Because then they get out of the gyrosphere, run to the gyrosphere, and get back into gyrosphere and end up in the water. No, that just doesn't follow.
They must have done something, bro. They must have done something. Otherwise, this is too much of a plot hole. It just doesn't make sense. How does a T-Rex get from there to the frickin' boat while everyone else is running towards the cliff face? It doesn't make sense. It's a cliff because Rexy jumped over the fucking
how does she get tranquilized,
waterfall?
Loaded up onto that trailer, loaded onto the boat?
It's too much of a hole. You can't do it. You can't explain it.
But we haven't seen the movie, so we can't. There might be a very smart scene in between.
Again, I think a lot of dinosaurs are going to survive that initial eruption, and then what's going to happen is the wildfires are going to take the island slowly but surely.
Yes.
So let's say the T-Rex somehow survives the pyroclastic flow that comes rushing towards them. I think because we see them all end up in the water, I think what's going to happen is a lot of animals are going to crawl back on the island, but then at this point, it's going to be ash and soot and smoke filling the island as the island slowly, gives way to fire. So then it's going to be the fight against the fire and trying to get off the island and maybe capturing some dinosaurs before it's absolutely too late. So I think that's what we're going to see. The dinosaurs that survived the pyroclastic flow are then going to be captured amongst, wildfires and smoke. That's my best guess.
So what do we get after this? We get basically the gyrosphere rushing down the valley. Is that an apatosaur next to it, Chris, on the left?
Let me see.
Is that a apatosaur back?
Yeah, that's an apatosaurus. You got an ankylosaurus to the right.
And then we get everybody's favorite
Pteranodon.
We get ankylosaurus.
Flying inexplicably low and swooping in just to look cool, rather than flying high and getting the hell out of there. But
welcome to Jurassic World.
Yeah,
it looks cool. Does it make sense? No, but it looks cool.
But see, that's the thing. Jurassic Park movies up to this point, up until Jurassic World, didn't do that stuff.
We're coming down the valley and we see Triceratops. We see just a hell of a lot of animals. We see volcanic explosion, ash clouds. We see
here's the scene.
Destruction.
You see the shot of the Allosaurus. Almost it looks like
it's terrible as well.
Yeah, it looks really weird. But it also
it's like it's not running on the floor. It's kind of it's tracked badly and stuff. But early VFX, which in my head is don't show it if it's not done.
Okay, so at first I didn't like the shot because it looked like the Allosaurus was taking a bite at the Gallimimus. But I think what happens is the Gallimimus accidentally bumps into the Allosaurus, and the Allosaurus, being an animal, what the hell is this thing that's bumping against me? I'm bumping back against it to get it out of my way. So I can take that.
Got animal behavior right for once.
I can take that. What's weird is though there's no grouping. Gallimimus is a herd animal, and you should have all the a lot more Gallimimus in closer proximity. You should have the species. Whatever. I'm not even gonna. How would it just doesn't make? And why are all these? Also, no animals don't keep to the dense forest. They keep to the open plains. Why are they all charging out of really dense forest? And
because
why
Chris,
are all
the
these
scene looks so cool.
Can
you imagine?
It doesn't
if you had
look cool
7
though. It looks dumb.
It looks
dumb. It looks so dumb. It is literally. It's such a new low. I cannot get over it.
Dude, I got yelled at for saying this.
it's a weird scene to show again because I think because the VFX is early as well. Why show it? It makes the movie look like a generic.
I don't care
blockbuster.
about the
It's
quality of
second
the
half.
VFX. I care about like just the animals are acting like set pieces, and it's just so over the top, and it just
So the side shot of Bryce looking out at the gyrosphere and looking at the Allosaurus, which kind of roars at her. That's nice VFX. That's cool.
I guess,
And it's
is
nice
it?
to see the Allosaurus. It's a weird.
Did you
way
know it was
to
an Allosaurus?
reveal all these species.
Did you know it was-
No, because they. Like the point that Assis made earlier, in that you feel like they're almost just throwing in dinosaurs and then the dinosaurs are gone when the island's gone. It is like a why? Because when they introduce new dinosaurs to the franchise in the past, they've always had a scene with them. They've always had like a wow,
Yeah.
awe and wonder. Remember the Stegosaurus introduction in Lost
exactly.
World?
Yeah.
You know, that's a great scene.
Spinosaurus in
And
Jurassic Park 3. Amazing. Indominus with
Yeah,
fucking Jurassic World. Literally one of the best scenes in the entire franchise. And then
Yeah, I
this,
like the introduction of the Indominus. Yeah,
everyone
I
loves
really
it.
do like
Like,
that.
you can't fault it.
But
Aside
it's
from the
but it's
logic,
weird.
It's
You
a
know,
fantastic scene.
there's so many species that are being revealed while they're about to die, and I'm
Well-
like, what was the unless it's I'm sure it's going to be done really well, but if it's just kind of like this, it's like why?
Well, you're assuming that
Why
they
not
are.
just-
You're assuming that they're not introduced properly beforehand, and I don't think that's exactly fair. I think what's weird is this shot is just the whole thing is shot in such like a grand and epic scale, and really it should be intimate and it should be a lot more somber. It's done like an action sequence, and really it should be done. I don't know. It's weird because Bayona has done such a great job with disaster movies. I mean, think of the Tsunami and the Impossible, and yet this doesn't have that feeling. Rather than the animals being in herds, gracefully grazing, and then them all looking up,
Yeah.
like then the explosion, and then them all looking up and like looking at it, and then start to panic and start to be really like, cluster into one another and stampede. We just have this weird interspecies mingling with no sort of semblance of herding or stampeding behavior, and then they all just start charging towards a cliff.
we get a shot that tilts up from the cliff face, and we see all these dinosaurs reach the end of the cliff, and obviously the pteranodon as well. Again, shit, I gotta swoop in front of the camera. They want
Yeah,
this. So it comes down, it swoops.
It's so
past the
dumb.
frame. And then we see this volcanic ash cloud charging after, and we see the gyrosphere is much closer than it could be, and we get so this shot where Bryce looks back, and then we get a shot through the gyrosphere
Of Owen Grady clearly
Chris Pratt
dying.
running.
Clearly dying.
And that, I've got to say, in the trailer, that's the worst VFX. they
No,
have.
that-
It's like he was literally cut and pasted onto. No, just his composition
Yeah.
is just.
Can I just say
absolutely
though,
dreadful.
I
there.
know
I'm not
I
gonna
talked a lot
judge that.
about
That
how
would be
much
better.
I dislike this trailer. I love that shot. That's a fucking like classic Tom Cruise. Fucking
That's exactly what it is. That's like
Yeah,
a Tom
90s
Cruise
action scene.
Mission
and I love
Impossible.
It. I love it. I love it. I love it.
But he would be
The
dead.
next shot, because there's two of Chris, there's two of Owen. There's the one where you see Bryce and Justice, and that's bad. And then we cut to him actually running, and where he gets taken over by the ash cloud. That's really
I
good.
love it.
That's cool.
It's so 90s. It's so cheesy and like just. I don't know why I like it. I don't know
That
why.
bothers
It's
me
cool.
because a pyro. He would be dead though.
Who
Everything
cares?
that cloud
Literally,
touches.
who cares? There's no
I just
logic
don't
in these
underst-
movies.
There should be. That's like the whole foundation of
I
Jurassic.
know there should be, but there isn't. That's my issue. And people are like, can you just accept a dumb movie? No, I can't. Is it so wrong to have a high bar? Why are you setting such a low bar for these movies? Oh, it's just a dumb, fun movie. I don't want a dumb, fun movie. I don't want that. Is this too much to ask for a smart action movie? Is that too much to ask for and not get yelled at? Why? Why are you setting such a low bar? I don't understand it.
No, I
Why?
agree.
I
The
can
trailer's
accept a
awful.
lot
The trailer, literally, I'm hoping that this is all the worst parts of Fallen Kingdom because the trailer is not good.
Look at Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. That's a smart action franchise. It has themes.
know, and that's a damn good
it has
movie.
characters. You care about the animals and the humans. There's
I know.
legit conflict, and it makes sense. Why can't we have that in Jurassic? Why does it have to be a dumb movie like Transformers?
It really has gone full. At least this trailer makes it look like it's gone full Transformers.
And then why are we being attacked for saying it's not
Yeah,
good?
so-
If we don't,
So we get the gyrosphere flies off the cliff. We have no idea where Owen goes or how. Does he jump off this
I
cliff
think
face?
so.
He
In
does.
the behind the
Behind the
scenes,
scenes,
in the
bro.
behind the scenes reel, it looks like he jumps into water.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, the water's not like concrete or anything. He's not going to die when he hits it.
Yeah,
That's
you know,
a
'cause-
huge
I
cliff.
know, exactly.
Like that's a huge cliff. We see it when it tilt up.
Someone suggested that
But
maybe
anyway.
he hides inside of a dead dinosaur carcass, and I'm like, you know what? I can buy that a lot more than I can buy anything else. Like he just like crawls up inside of a dead apatosaurus.
So we get the gyrosphere underwater, and we get fire underwater, and then we get a load of sad shots of animals the dinosaurs that land in the water, and they're kind of scrambling around. They have no idea what's going on.
As many complaints as I had, that final shot of as soon as it hits the water, and you have the Sinoceratops there in the water struggling to get to the surface, and you have the gyrosphere then crashing, and then you have I like this shot. I like the framing. I like the colors. I like everything about this shot. That is the type of shot.
It's a good way to end, yeah.
That is kind of like where up to this point it felt like action and drama, and it's supposed to look cool. That spot shot, it kind of hits you in the gut. You're like, oh man,
yeah.
Like that shot is really nice. I like it.
So that's the Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom trailer 1. What do we think?
What does the audience think we think?
What do you think of that full trailer? Now we've just gone through it.
Literally,
Still the same?
It's so bad. And why are we getting attacked for saying it's bad? We have opinions, and we've justified our opinions. If you like the trailer, fine, I get it, whatever. But we can not like the trailer. We don't have to be attacked for not liking the trailer. We can say what we say. We're fans of the franchise.
Who's being attacked?
There is a weird thing in fan culture that's going on online where people who don't like something feel the need to attack somebody who likes something. And I don't understand it at all. And then you have everyone kind of setting the flag in the ground of what being a true fan is, and you'll see all these subtweets of why can't people just enjoy things anymore? And it's like, I enjoy plenty of things. I love plenty of things.
Yeah, I like.
And there are
Jurassic
going
Park
to be
3,
things.
arguably the worst one in the series.
Dude, it's been pretty ugly online, to be honest with you.
My opinion on this trailer. So I've been very up and down with Fallen Kingdom. When Jurassic World came out, there was this, hype, and I had to love it. It's been 14 years, and I watched it so many times. And after a couple of weeks, I was like, you know what? I did not enjoy that movie. And then there's been this whole period where they greenlit and they've been filming Jurassic World 2. And I've been trying to get excited for it, and I'm excited about Bayona. I'm excited about them recognizing that the franchise is about this and that. And I've been trying to keep my hopes up, and I see set pictures, and I'm like, yeah, you know what, this could be really cool, but stand back, I didn't like Jurassic World, so what are we going to do? And then I was at work, and that behind-the-scenes reel was released, and I watched that, and I teared up, man. I got a tear in my eye, and I was like, shit, dude, this looks like a good movie. This looks like a Jurassic sequel.
At the very least, whoever cut that behind the scenes reel looks like they understand what makes Jurassic Park special.
Yeah.
And whoever cut the Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom trailer looks like they don't understand it at all. And
yeah, and I think the full trailer, the one we just saw, it's fun. And it kind of introduces us back to the island and back to the main characters, but I'm kind of it didn't do a good thing for the movie. It made it seem like a generic explosion blockbuster, and I'm hoping the movie kind of isn't.
Yeah, I'm not judging the movie by the trailer. There are things in that trailer that I objectively do not like, and even in the grand context of the movie, I guarantee you I won't like it, because some of it comes down to things like animal behavior. So, whatever, unless they actually literally change some of the animation, I probably won't like some of it. But that does not mean I won't like the movie. I mean, I like Jurassic World. I think I might be the only person on this podcast who likes Jurassic World.
Jurassic World is better than The Lost World, in my opinion, and that's not even a debate.
Shut up.
Whatever. That's a pod for a different day. Don't worry about it.
Does anybody think Jurassic World is better than
A
Lost
lot
World?
of people do,
That's a tough one.
but
It's
I don't
way
agree,
better than
but a
The
lot
Lost
of people
World.
do.
In terms of filmmaking, though, dude.
That's Steven
no.
Spielberg's
but-
worst movie. I'd rather watch Hook before I watch Lost
Disagree.
World once.
Amistad.
Damn.
No, Amistad. 1943.
You know what the funny part is when we had The Lost World on, when we were in Philly, Assis was so into it.
Yeah, because he's never seen.
He was
I've never
so
seen
into
Jurassic
it.
Park until Philly weekend.
So, what about you, Chris? What do you think of this trailer?
I think it's a pretty bad trailer. I think that in terms of even being a trailer, take being a Jurassic Park fan out of it, I don't think it's a great trailer. I don't think it really sets up the plot in a great way. I don't think it sets up any greater questions. A lot of times less is more, and this doesn't really make you want to see much about it. It doesn't make you feel much. I think the only people that are really into this trailer are Jurassic super fans who understand that maybe a trailer isn't the final definition of a movie, and they're giving it the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I think it's been interesting watching the discussion online because it's great to see such excitement for the franchise and so many people talking about the franchise again. It's great. It's my favorite franchise, man. It's my favorite thing.
I think most people are in agreement though that it's not the best trailer. Like I think a lot of people are saying, "Yo, listen, I'm not judging this movie," and even that's where I am with it. There's a lot of things I don't like in the trailer, but I'm not judging the movie by it. I'm not judging the movie by it. Yes, there will probably be things that I'm gonna roll my eyes at, like the T-Rex saving the day once again. Like there's no question about it. I'll roll my eyes there. But
yeah,
it just the trailer wasn't for me. I don't think it was a great trailer for anyone really. I don't know.
Cool. Sounds good.
Cease, you should not be given a camera.
Why?
Why do you think?
He was struggling for the past couple of minutes.
How'd you do that? I can't do that.
And then
What are you doing?
It's this. It's like
Cease.
Like this?
No, Cease was doing it like that.
And then it's like this, wasn't it? Like you do this and like this. Like isn't this it? Like angle
that,
it, angle
man.
it,
You,
angle
like,
it.
Fold.
Oh my god.
I don't know. Who cares?
That looks more like an apple.
That's that. You were just doing the apple.
I just drew it out on a piece of paper for you, bud. I don't know. What do you want from me?
Nothing. I don't want anything from you, man. I want to end this pod.
We haven't even talked about the behind the scenes.
Yeah, we need to talk about the behind the scenes reel. The behind the scenes reel looked.
Let's save
really,
it for another one. We've been an hour and a half,
okay.
and I have to go.
Behind the scenes reel looked really good. By the way, there's rumors that Alan Grant and or Ellie Sattler might be in Jurassic World 2. Realistically speaking, though, I'd say put your money on Jurassic World 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. It certainly aligns with some of the rumors we were hearing back during the production.
This was not the first time we've heard them. It probably won't be the last time we heard them. We're probably not going to write an article on them, though, because it's best left as a surprise.
We have no writers.
Well, yeah, I just don't want to say anything because I'm just so unsure myself.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of clickbait, isn't it? People kind of latch on to the fact that Jeff Goldblum's back. They can make a few extra clicks by saying, "Ooh, guess
But
so
on
Sam
top
Neill,"
of that,
you
if
know?
somebody
Especially
was seen
after
on set and it
the,
hasn't been announced, then it was meant to be a
Was it the
surprise.
Thor Ragnarok director who said he wanted all three from Jurassic Park back in a Thor movie or something? It was kind of like he was teasing it as well, and yeah, it's kind of. I think at this point we have no idea, so it's just best left. Let's just.
Well,
leave
it's
it.
best
If it's a
left.
surprise,
It's best
a
left as a
surprise.
surprise anyhow, because this late in the game, if it wasn't officially announced, then it's meant to be a surprise. Don't run the article for everyone to see. For God's sake,
But that's if. So I think. Kind of hope you've enjoyed listening to episode 67 of the InGeneral
Guys,
podcast.
wait.
There is obviously the full trailers out there
before we end
now.
this, one more recap on the trailer. Quick thought, one word. I'll start off. I loved it.
clearly.
Of course you did, Assis. Of course you loved it.
I hope next time will be flawless.
I still stand by my original point. I think it's a bad trailer for what could be a very good movie.
And let's hope that's the case, because I have not given up hope on the movie. I'm very excited for the movie. Come on, a J.A. Bayona Jurassic World movie. This.
Thank you for listening to the InGeneral podcast. We'll be back.
I don't know,
it's in 2 weeks' time, whether it's in 2 years' time, we'll be discussing the behind-the-scenes reel.
I think it's kind of clear that none of us like the trailer, because look how long it took us to make this freaking podcast.
Yeah, I kept putting it off. I'm like, I don't want to do this.
It's been busy, man. It's been a busy period.
I'm in exams,
and
to be
as
fair.
well,
I'm in
yeah.
exams.
But when we love
midterms.
something, we
Midterms
make
will
it
be
happen immediately. When we're excited, it happens.
Yeah.